Hello everybody, Bazker back again with another episode of Banished. This is episode 8. In the last episode, we set up a duck blind. We're going to try to start, it's called a hunting blind. Thought it was called a duck blind. We're going to start trying to collect some, not only some meat from the ducks, but some feathers. We've also set up a shore house to specifically collect some reeds, and they have been collecting reeds, so that's good. And the ultimate goal of this is to give us some early game clothing, because we can make clothing at the tailor from reeds and feathers. Doesn't sound like a real comfortable piece of clothing to me, but it's available and we're going to use it. We built a barn and a log cabin in order to take care of these feathers and reeds, hopefully. And we also started building a few additional houses. We're building a log cabin out here for our hunting blind, and we got some homes going in over here. And we're going to try to get in these homes this episode, I hope, because we currently have 13 homes and 24 families, so we're running a little short there. We have about half as many homes as we actually need. We also started clearing out some trees in particular. We're going to be clearing out more stuff as we go, but we're really starting to run low on the firewoods, so that's something we need to think of. And part of that is because we're making furnace fuel so that we can also make the iron. We might see about maybe doing something else somewhere along the line to get some furnace fuel from something other than firewood. That's an option. We might take a look at that. I also had bumped up my fishers and my frog catchers there, and that did help. So hopefully that'll take care of some of our food situation. Oh, and our loggers are... and that's okay. We're going to leave them at that limit, because even if we go over our limit, he can still plant. So that's something we want to keep doing. And it looks like we're gathering quite a bit of food still from our gatherers, so that's good. Okay, let's get going here. Oh good, our cabin was built here, and one of them is a hunter. Let's see if they've collected anything yet. They still haven't caught anything. That's not good, but they've only been running for a couple minutes. I'm recording this episode right after the last one. There's a duck flying around up there, and one flying there, so hopefully he'll be able to catch one of those. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to unpause this. Let's get a couple of these houses going. I'm going to get a bunch of for sale signs out in front of these houses. Get people moving into them. And just real quick, it looks like I missed a piece of maybe one down too far on either side there. Okay, I'm going to build this road out to right there. And we want to build this road down to here. What are we running low on? Stone and food. Yeah, that's a problem. At the moment, we're not in as dire a situation as we were in the early game, but it is certainly an issue. This stockpile is going to go away eventually, but for now, kind of want it around so they can clear some things out. Eventually we'll upgrade all these roads too. They won't continue to be dirt. Hopefully we'll put in something along the lines of maybe some brick roads. Brick roads might be cool. Let's start making some bricks out of clay. Bricks are also a decent trading item, so that's something we might think of. And let's see, have we caught any ducks yet? Still haven't caught any ducks. We can't put more than one hunter in there, so that's something to keep in mind if you're thinking that's going to be a big food area. It's probably not going to be. It's the first time I've ever used this. It's brand new to this version of Colonial Charter. I did have a small little chat on Reddit with the Colonial Charter guys, and they still don't know when this is coming to Steam because the game's still in beta, and yeah, it's not that they can't they don't want to upload it for those beta users. They physically can't do it. If it requires the beta version, then the developers actually lock them out from putting those mods up on Steam. So hopefully it's going to be taken care of here before too long. There's no real estimate yet. At one point in time, the developer was thinking a week or so once he put the beta out there, but a week has come and gone. That was in December, and we're in January now. So we're not sure when that's going to come out. Hopefully it comes out sooner than later because there's some updates in it, and there's a map that a map mode I'd really like to try. I think it's called All the Wild Things. I tried that early on, but it's got an issue with cows spawning like everywhere on the map to the point where I was getting out of memory exceptions. So that's not good. So I didn't want to continue playing that map for that reason. And unpause these houses here too. Looks like we are gonna need some stone though. Wasn't paying enough attention. Didn't listen. We got enough laborers now that I don't think it's that big of a deal to actually just kind of start clearing the way here. You can always prioritize buildings so that they start working on them. I could be wrong, but I think that the roads build much faster in this version than they were in the other. And I don't think it's just because I have it on 5x mode either. Let's see. Let's do that. Do something like that. Let's see, if you collected any feathers yet? Oh, we got duck meat. No feathers. How is it that you can capture ducks and slaughter them into 160 meat, but not manage to collect any feathers? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can't collect feathers from ducks. That'll be disappointing if that's the case, but we'll see. There ain't any feathers in there, so it does mean that's the case. If that's the case, we're going to really have to get a hunting cabin up if we can't get it any other way. It's probably not a bad idea anyways. I mean, I don't know if they can hunt down ducks or not, but they can certainly hunt down deer and use deer to get leather, and we can build clothes from leather, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Not sure where I want to put them. I want to put them in this area. I know there's some deer up in here. I've seen them, but I don't really want to build up in that area because we're going to expand up that way at some point, I think. Or will we? A lot of room to expand down here. Come over here with a bridge. Expand over into this section. Do we want to go ahead and maybe build a bridge over here? That's a possibility. There's a lot of resources we could be collecting over here. Still not seeing any deer. It's almost like a perfect fit right there, though, for a hunting lodge. The bad thing is, though, is they'd have to walk forever to get deer meat to us. So, for now, I know there's some deer up here. It's not ideal location-wise for me, but it should be in range of the town to build it here. And even if we decide to expand up this way, we'll just get rid of it because we'll probably end up getting rid of this guy, too, at that point. Still hasn't collected any feathers. Okay, our homes are getting built. Homes for sale and homes built. 10 years old, needs a laborer. Yeah, at some point we're gonna have to get some. We're gonna have to get us some schools in so that our laborers are skilled and they'll do more work. They'll do better work. Alright, sorry about that, I had to put a cut in. Let's see. Got all our homes up and going, that's good. Saying we're got our dry good limit, so let's take a look at this. We haven't collected a ton of reeds. I'm not sure what's being included in the dry goods. We only have 214 reeds. Beeswax might be considered a dry good. That along with something else. That's probably what it is. So we really need to get this guy up and going. Start utilizing that beeswax. I think for the moment, we got quite a few reeds, so for the moment, I'm going to switch this guy over to collecting some turtles. It's just a way to get us some extra food. I really like these shore houses because of this. We have some diversity in what we can get. So it's really helpful. Let's see. Get this guy up and going. I know I put a hunter's lodge out here somewhere. It's really hard to see these things once you get them out here. One thing you can do, if you're not sure where it's at, you can do that and then just right click, then make sure you don't get rid of it. There he is. What I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to put it up here, out of the way. That'll leave my radius on, and I can see where things are at, so I know, like, right now I don't want to clear any further past up in this general area. So, let's see here. Really need to get that built. Let's see if we can't stick a stockpile somewhere up in there so that we can get this built a little bit quicker. Not sure if there's a good spot to do this where there's nothing built. Let's try that. Yep, got it in there. Okay, so hopefully that'll be big enough to clear out the land there. And I do still have this on 5 times. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on 5 times for now. We're doing a lot of building. Gotten some wool. Not enough though. But we do have 35 clothes, so that's not so bad. That's actually pretty good. How's this guy doing on frog collecting? Oh yeah, so last episode we added another guy in here, and you can see that's really helping out. And we added another fisherman here. It's helping. I'm not sure if that's efficient enough or not. We'll see. And let's see, we got these guys doing this. We got some more firewood up and going. That's good, but we really need some more. Our food is in really bad shape. Hopefully this guy will start collecting some more turtles here before too long. How's our duck blind doing here? Hey, yeah, we got some feathers, so great, that's awesome. That means we will definitely be able to make clothes from reeds and feathers. I just don't know if this is going to be efficient enough to get feathers. Let's see. I'm not sure how many feathers it takes. Let's go ahead and switch this over to reeds and feathers, and we'll just see what happens. And let me see here. What else should we build? Homes was what I really wanted to get up and go in this episode. It looks like we're doing pretty good there. We're still way behind though. People are being born faster than we can put them in homes. And that's bad from a food perspective, a fuel perspective, and a homes perspective. So we're going to build some more of these salt box homes. Not exactly sure where I want to build these at. I'm kind of thinking like right here. Let's see, how big is that? So that's 1 road, 2 road. That would be 3 road, including. That's 3 road, including the house. So let's do that. That's a question. Do that. That may not be a good idea. Let's pause this one. I think I might actually cancel this one. You could just double click, by the way. So if I wanted to get rid of this one, where it's red, if I double click, it's just going to get rid of whatever that particular item is. So that's cool. It's an easy thing to do there. Okay, let's do this again. Let's see. Sorry guys, mentioned in the last episode I've got a little bit of a head cold, so that's what's going on with my voice and my sniffling you might be hearing. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. That should be right about there. See, you can use the red and the green there to kind of get a good idea of where you're putting stuff. So that should be about there. So there's going to be a gap in between those two. That's probably not a bad thing. We'll either build some more houses going up this way eventually, or stockpiles, something. We'll do something with that. Maybe that's a good place to put our market. Maybe. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, I just noticed. This house is not the right one. That's okay. It's not so bad. Actually, they didn't do it right down here either, so I'm not going to worry too much about the colors at this point. I'm not going to tear down all those homes just to get white ones in there. That's okay. We'll just assume that they had to cut down different kinds of forests or something. Actually, probably should have left them doing the random thing. That looks pretty good. Just say like these are double whites. Ah, I hadn't noticed that on the town hall. So apparently there's some buildable road areas around the town hall. That's kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and use it. Let's fill it in. Downside is we know for a fact have to cover it like that. And bring this one down as well. I'm not going to put anything in between there just yet because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. You don't have to worry about overriding a road necessarily. The only time that would make a difference is if you used a different road. If there's already a road there of the same type, they're not going to build it again. At least I don't think they will. I've tested it a few times and it looks like it's fine. Why'd we lose our... Oh, I know why. Our hunting cabin got built. And that's why I like to set things, generally speaking, down to wherever I want them to actually be in. That way, do it. And if you notice, I can click on this one and it filled this one back in, so it's okay. We actually have quite a few people, and we're running so low on food that I think I'm actually going to pump this up to 3. Let's do 3. And yes, I could have done 2 and 2. As long as you're quick enough, it's not going to take them away from the other. I only ever collected those 7 feathers, so hopefully that's not a common theme. Hopefully that's something he can do. Has he produced any? He has produced some survival codes. 4 of them. So if he's produced 4 of them out of 7, I'm going to guess that means he needs 2 feathers per coat. That seems like that'd be about right. And awesome, they're already collecting venison and leather, so that's great. What that also means is we need to be getting in a butcher for deer at some point here. I don't know if they make a butcher for ducks. I know they don't make it for chickens. They might make it for ducks. Let's see, here it is. Nope, none of those look like ducks to me. I'd like to see some horses. I'm not sure what you would do with a horse. I'm guessing you just kill the horse for food. Maybe it produces some horsehide leather? Maybe? That's a possibility. Pump up my builders a couple more here, since we're seemingly doing better in that respect on our population. Has it done anything else yet? Oh, that one's denting the turtles. That's good. Back to 160 meat, so if it does 160 meat per season, that's not so bad. I'm just not sure about the feather situation. We might actually need to put a barn or something in up here so that we can get it. What I kind of wish is, I've showed you on the farms before where they've got a button on them they added in this version of Colonial Charter, where you can actually tell the farmers that they don't take stuff to the barns themselves. So basically a laborer has to do that work, and they just continue to, and the farmers just farm. I wish they had that on the hunting blinds and the hunting cabins, the gatherers' huts, all of those. I wish you could leave it up to a laborer, because once you have the surplus of laborers, I think that would be a great feature. Maybe that's something I should be suggesting out there on Reddit. See what they say. maybe it's not possible to do. I know there are definitely some limitations. We got a ton of wood, but yet again, we are out of stone. So I'm going to do this. I am just going to select a ton of stone. And I think we are also virtually out of storage space too. So we need to build us a pretty good sized stockpile. And I'm going to do this one just for stone. Let's just get this done. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it right there. You know what? It's not going to be permanent. Eventually we'll get rid of that. That'll give us a place to take a bunch of stone. And we really need to get somebody living out here because they're having to walk all the way to probably here to dump stuff off, if not there, over here. Yeah, probably over here. That is the timer for my episode. But that's okay. I've got a couple more minutes here once I cut things down, as usual. And let's see, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and start that before we end this episode. Build us maybe 2 log cabins out here. It's right there. Looks like we need to flatten some land right there, so it's not something I've really shown. May not be the case. Whoops. That is not what I wanted to do. Let's see. You know what? Actually, don't think that's what that was. Nope. It's just got a wider footprint than I thought. So let's do one there and one there. It should give us the ability to put 4 hunters in this general area. Right now one of them's living here, so that's good. And we still only ever collected that, so I'm not sure how efficient these are going to be, but for now it's going to be the only way we can collect a feather, so we'll do with that. So, okay, just a quick little recap here of what we've done. We got a bunch of homes in, and that's good, and we're going to get a bunch more in, hopefully, in the next episode. We'll just kind of leave those be. We'll let them get built as they get built. And we've got a couple log cabins we're going to be building out here for our hunting cabin. Our hunting cabin's collecting a lot of meat, that's good. And a little bit of leather, some bone meal. We can't really use bone meal for much of anything right now. We need to get in a butcher for venison. Our blacksmith has died of old age, and we're going to start seeing people die off. That's what that means, because they all pretty much start off at the same age. And hopefully we don't have some people start dying of starvation. All this icon means is that they don't have any food in here, and they haven't had any food in their inventory for a while. Doesn't necessarily mean that the people that live there are starving. So it's just something to keep in mind. But it is a good warning indicator. That is definitely something we're going to have to watch. And let's see. We did collect a couple of feathers. We're not sure how efficient this is going to be yet, but they definitely collected a few. And he's building some, and we've got all the furnace fuel and everything that we need. We're nowhere near our fuel limit yet. We should still be producing firewood, and we are. And our firewood looks like it's doing pretty good, and that was largely because we didn't have enough logs stored up. So anyways, I think that is going to do it. We're going to just zoom in here, take a look at our hunting cabin. They have changed this in this one. I'm not sure if there's multiple models or not, but I love this particular model. That's pretty cool. So anyways, I'm going to leave it right there. And if you like what you're seeing, click that like button. If you don't like what you're seeing, click the dislike button. Let me know in the comments why you don't like it so that I can try to improve. And if you do like what you're seeing, please click the subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time for another episode of Banished.